We're gaining a lot of new affiliates. First, they put us on the weekend, then they put us on at night, and they put us on live during the day. And it's really freaking out the mainline neocon radio industry right now. And I'm just like, look, guys, become like us, and you'll get the ratings, and you'll get the listeners. Tell the truth. Nothing succeeds like success. I mean, our Americana story of success from the ground up, working with other people that were fellow travelers in liberty with us, not fellow travelers like socialists, fellow travelers in liberty, people that really want to be free. That's what it's all about. And speaking of that, let me tell you in a nutshell what's really happening at the Bundy Ranch. You've got a lot of disinformation and the controlled corporate media preying on the public's ignorance about land. The Bundys have grazing rights, water rights, forage rights. 1877 on record. It's been called the Bundy Ranch in court records, local news has had to admit, since at least 1900. There's no point when there's nobody around when a bunch of Mormon families, 50-something families, show up on wagons in 1877. And it's not even a territory. It's not even a state. There's no need to call it your ranch when you're out there. Okay, so let's just explain that. Then, over time, his family works for the government, buys into their bull, lets the BLM tell them it's their land now, and kind of waives some of their rights. His grandfather did. Not a lot, but I've researched it. It was after World War II and stuff. The government's God, you do what they say. By the time it gets around to his dad and others, they stop paying the range fees and go, look, we're not supposed to pay these. New people coming out wanting to use land that's not being used and someone doesn't have a claim to, then you pay the range fees. So you can have guys in brand new trucks and military outfits pointing guns at you and harassing people and shooting teenagers on bicycles because they don't stop. I mean, you drive around the desert now out west, it's just cops everywhere pointing guns at you who think they're Rambo. I mean, it's like living in Iraq or something. That's the new America. So that's what this is all about. And it's about tasers and police dogs and helicopters and free speech zones saying anybody coming out here to protest in an entire county, if you get out of 2 little red pins, we're going to taser you and throw you to the ground and take you to jail and shove your head in the ground and break your nose and bloody your eye. That's Tiananmen Square-style garbage right there. So they try to make it about the cows and is Bundy right or is Bundy wrong? They're a bunch of lawyers. The globalists are a bunch of lawyers. They sit back and they go, how do we distract people? Well, we make it about the minutia of the cows, and we make it all about he's a freeloader not paying his fair share. That's how they always get taxes raised. While Google and everybody are tax exempt, and you know all these big senators, I mean, most of them don't even pay taxes. It comes out. They're there telling you Bundy isn't paying his fair share. Yeah, out in a wasteland desert producing beef for America since 1877. Yeah, he's a lazy piece of garbage, Harry Reid. Okay? So you have this dichotomy of Harry Reid, this piece of garbage, and you've got, you know, the Bundys. And, you know, if I was an LDSer out there, I mean, you know, it's time for the, quote, LDS to run out all of these people that are sitting atop their organization. Because I tell you, the Mormons I run into on the street are the nicest people ever and hardworking and totally trustworthy people. And then you see a bunch of the Mormon leadership. I'm not trying to get off into this. You see Glenn Beck out there attacking Bundy and until his audience backlashed on him. It's like, man, boy, this is quite a paradox. Well, it's just like America's full of good people, but it's run by crooks. It's the same thing. Bad people continue to get into control of every organization, every system. And Harry Reid is a gangster and a thug and a piece of trash. And so the next big issue is it's civil disobedience. Even if he didn't have the original claim on that property, which he did, the image of people walking up against men with guns saying, we're going to shoot you if you come across that line, and still doing it, and the paramilitary thugs backing off, is total victory and is the spirit of honor and courage, and no one should criticize that. You should only honor and respect everyone that was there, including my reporters. You understand that? You understand that, all of you neocons out there attacking us nationally? And George Soros group attacking us and all the rest of it? You people are scum. Now, expanding on that. Then there's the new lie that, oh, No, no, no. The solar farm was 200 miles away, knowing you're ignorant. There's a string of them for 100 miles or so, and then 130 miles up. And Bundy's land in the BLM documents at Infowars.com, they say for this project, we've already gotten the other families off of all the other land in the area. The last one's Bundy. We got to remove him. And that's from last year on the BLM website. They took it down. It was on the Google archive. Guess what was removed? And we know about this because you have to threaten a lawsuit to have that taken down. They had to pull big strings to have that taken down. And the article's up on Infowars.com. Feds desperate to hide Harry Reid link to Bundy land grab. And we have the video of it. See, because they just want to say there's no drones. There's no checkpoints. There's no New World Order. There's no tyranny. Government's not out of control. Government's completely out of control. They're usurping us. They're involved in civil disobedience to the Constitution. They're overrunning us. It's time to start pushing back, and that's why Bundy and the rest of them are heroes, and a bunch of cowards sit on the sidelines.
Attention gun owners. It's reasonable to assume that at some point you may need to defend your family from an armed attack. But is it reasonable to mount a defense without a strong offense? Infidel Body Armor goes on in seconds. Is civilian legal in all 50 states. Is 100% made in the USA. Is veteran owned and ships next business day for free. Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com. INFIDEL BodyArmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
You've heard about the lowest price promise at Emergency Essentials, but did you know right now you can save $100 on a Katadyn Pocket Micro Water Filter? While supplies last, get 40% off a personal emergency kit, 43% off Red Feather Butter, and 46% off the Victoria Hand Grain Mill. And don't forget, you can save over $250 on the year supply of basics. Call Emergency Essentials at 800-999-1863 or visit BePrepared.com. The choice is clear. Be unprepared or BePrepared.com.
Hi there. My name is Frank Bates. What I'm about to tell you in the next 60 seconds could get me in a lot of trouble. I just created a free video presentation at 123coverup.com that exposes the electricity monopolies and government agencies for what they really are. Incompetent, lying crooks that are counting on your ignorance and fear to keep your power bills criminally high. Some have called this a conspiracy. Others have called it a cover-up, and you will be shocked to find out how deep the conspiracy goes. My video at 123coverup.com exposes the truth and shows you the secret of how I beat them and how you can beat them too. Watch the controversial video that thousands of other smart patriots have already seen in the last 3 months. Go to 123coverup.com and discover one weird trick to slash your power bill and protect your home. Go watch my video now at 123coverup.com before they force me to shut it down. Again, that's 123coverup.com.
A chemical spill contaminating the water supply in 9 West Virginia counties.
This year alone, over 300,000 people in West Virginia had their drinking water contaminated.
What are the health effects of having these drugs in our drinking water?
It's forced medical treatment without the consent of residents.
My friends, water filtration is one of the most basic actions you can take to protect you and your family from the harmful toxins and heavy metals in your tap water.
On average, the county says it sprays with the glyphosate at least once a week.
Few filters cut out the glyphosate that is found in water supplies worldwide. Remove pesticides, herbicides, chloramines, hydrofluorosilicic acid, sodium hexafluorosilicate.
Fluoride is in tea, it's in coffee, it's in water, it's in bread, it's in toothpaste.
It is our responsibility to protect our families. The establishment's not going to do it. It's time to take action. It's time to filter our water. For a limited time, use the promo code WATER15 and get 15% off on all ProPure systems at InfoWarsStore.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
The Genesis Communications Radio Network proudly presents The Alex Jones Show, because there's a war on for your mind.
When people get pushed to the edge, they break. And the globalists intend to push America to the edge. That's why they have the armored vehicles, the training for martial law. That's why they're demonizing the opposition, which is rural Christian communities that they know are not going to give in to Agenda 21. We have the BLM documents And Scrib.org and all the other document sites also saved them once we pointed this out last Friday, and it became the #1 news story on the internet throughout the weekend, according to all the aggregate sites, because DrudgeReport.com carried it. Harry Reid, breaking, Senator Harry Reid behind BLM land grab of Bundy Ranch. He's the one heading it up. His former chief of staff, head advisor, is the head of the BLM. His family's involved in the energy deal. And their answer to discredit me on MSNBC, Media Matters, and in supposed conservative radio circles, very shameful, is to say, oh, the energy deal fell through last year. No, it didn't. They've got a new deal. And to say that his ranch was never listed, it's in the stupid documents. I mean, this is the level of garbage. Why doesn't the Republican leadership want to make an issue out of this? Why doesn't the Republican leadership want to make an issue out of this? Because they're involved in a bunch of land scams and bad deals. See, this is the thing about corruption. When you start giving into it because you don't want to have your stuff looked at, the whole thing rots. And then the worst of the system becomes the new standard, and society collapses. But Harry Reid was asked about it yesterday by local Las Vegas TV, and he very smugly sits there. If you're a radio listener, I wish you could see his face. It's up on Infowars.com, and DrudgeReport.com has it as well. He says it's not over yet, and the evil, satisfied smile on his face is so disgusting. Hey, we know it's not over yet, Reid. Let's play that clip.
Is there anything you would like to say about what's going on down south with Clive Bundy and the BLM?
Well, it's not over. We can't have an American people that violate the law and just walk away from it. So it's not over.
That from the Democrats, that from the kingpin of the Senate, that from one of the most corrupt people I could think of. While there's all this lawless NSA spying, Solyndra, he's involved in all this stuff, campaign corruption. And he's like, well, we can't have the American people. That's right. We got to follow your laws of tyranny. Well, what happens when the government breaks all the laws? What happens when the government's a tyranny? It becomes duty to not follow your regulations where you claim he doesn't have grazing rights when he does under all the previous precedents. What are you going to do, folks, as government says it's the law, your kid's got to take shots, or it's the law, Catholic churches have to hire, Satanist. I mean, that's all happening right now. It's the law, you have no rights. It's the law, your kids belong to the state. No, it's not. You got all your 10 badges and all your fake courts now. People understand in their gut what justice is, and we're not going to follow a bunch of unconstitutional, lawless trash. And I can't believe the cowards out there in Neocon Radio who are attacking the Bundys and saying, pay your taxes. Pay your taxes? It's all the big rich people lobbying for higher taxes on poor people. That's what Obamacare is. 20 new taxes, 7 of them on poor people. Here's Ron Paul, it's up on Infowars.com, saying he's concerned about a new Waco, and I am too. Here it is.
Well, I guess you can go either two ways. I'm hoping this is very positive of things to come where the people stand up and object to the federal government's intrusion into our lives and everything that we do. And when the people do get together and stand up, I think governments will be forced to back down. But the other thing is governments don't give up their power easily, and they may well come back with a lot more force like they did at Waco with the Davidians. So I don't know which way it's going, but so far,
we'll be right back, folks. Stay with us.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Globalist social engineers are not just targeting us with propaganda. They are manipulating our genetics. We are being targeted at every level by estrogen mimickers that lower our testosterone and other hormones and natural compounds that the body needs. After consulting top doctors, nutritionists, pharmacists, and others, we have developed what I believe is the ultimate non-GMO organic super male vitality formula sourced from powerful organic herbs and then concentrated for maximum potency. Super Male Vitality was developed to activate your body's own natural processes instead of using synthetic chemicals. Super Male Vitality by InfoWars Life is so powerful that I only take half the recommended dose. For a limited time, we are offering 15% off Super Male Vitality at InfoWarsLife.com to introduce you to this powerful supplement. Visit InfoWarsLife.com today to secure your Super Male Vitality. InfoWarsLife.com.